This episode of the Ron Pertie Show is also brought to you by Audible. Get your free 30-day trial over at audibletrial.com/I'm Uncle Ron. I mean, stop using your eyes for things. What are you looking for anyway? Huh? What are you looking for? Use your ears and listen to these books that are oftentimes read by the authors themselves. I mean, check out the Mel Brooks book. Check out the Anything by Nick Offerman. Anything by Nick Offerman is very calming and serene and will not raise your blood pressure. So head over to audibletrial.com/I'm Uncle Ron for a free 30-day trial.
This is the Ron Pertie Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the program this week. Annalise Curtin is going to be here, and she's even performing some songs, which is amazing. We have our second technical musical guest who's also being interviewed, and it's a great conversation. We talk about everything, really, and her dog makes an appearance, which is fun, because everybody loves a dog, right? So I just want to thank everybody who's listening now, who just joined on because of everything that's been going on. I appreciate you. You're fantastic. Thank you so much for listening to the program, be it on YouTube, Spotify, wherever. And it just means a lot that you're sticking around. It really does. Last week's episode with Mark Russell kind of got overshadowed because of some stuff that was going on, so I do suggest you go back and listen to that. It's a fantastic chat. I had a good time with it. I love my comic books, but it really reinvigorated me to catch up on everything I'm behind on. And plus, trust me, I have a ton of stuff to catch up on. I'm very far behind. But I had a really good chat with Annalise Curtin, and it's fun to talk to somebody, just have a conversation, because you really get to know who they are and what they're about. And that's exactly what happened in this chat. So, So sit back, grab a beverage or a snack, or do whatever you're doing, and enjoy this episode with Annalise Curtin. We'll be right back. Do you love music as much as I do? I mean, you're listening to episodes of my show that have musicians, so I'm assuming that you do. So you need Amazon Music. So head over to getamazonmusic.com/I'm Uncle Ron for a free 30-day trial. It's got everything that you could want to shove into your ear holes. And after that, it's only $7.99 a month. So head over to getamazonmusic.com/I'm Uncle Ron for a free 30-day trial. So yeah, I think the only time we ever met in person was Blankfest.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Didn't I do that twice, though?
I think you only did it once, because then right after that you moved. You left.
Then
you left the
Zoom,
cold.
The Zoom version.
Yes, you did the Zoom version. Yes. And then you moved. You left cold Wisconsin for cold Pennsylvania.
It was actually Seattle after that.
Oh, geez. You're a road traveler.
Well, it was the relationship I was in moved us there, and then when that ended, I went back home.
Well, that's usually the best place to go after a relationship, kind of recalibrate and go where you're familiar, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
So did that relationship garner a lot of music out of it? Can we go to Spotify and see a playlist of this is what happened?
I don't know. I have some stuff written that I haven't released. Some actually co-written. That's not really in my control of if that will get released or not. But
right.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of talking about him in music. But I did. I as far as Falling and Heading Out Soon, that both of them are about trying to date again, because when I was single, it was 2012.
Oh, geez.
When we started dating. So and really I would consider him my first and only real relationship.
Which is shocking because you're a talented, intelligent, beautiful woman, and you're telling me you had one relationship. This
it
is
wasn't
kind of
for lack of trying, but it is what it is. But I was with him my whole adult life, and
right.
Online dating wasn't really a thing yet, or if it was more taboo at the time.
It's still taboo. I got crap for being on Tinder, so I mean, I don't know why it's a bad thing.
They might give you crap, but everyone's on Tinder. I know because
exactly.
I see everyone on Tinder.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I saw that person at Starbucks. I've never met them.
The amount of people I see from just like high school, especially now that I'm in my hometown, like, right. I know way too many people. Like every person that I've been on a date with, I've either already met them or we have a lot of mutual friends or, a couple. So it's like, it's a small world, especially in the music scene. But yeah, like one of the guys I met on there, I had met like 3 years prior to that, once, and we were like Facebook friends, so I don't know.
Which is kind of like in that one song that you post on Instagram, which I think you're going to be playing in a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you want, like almost saying you want to date, but there's nobody within a mile that you want to date.
Well, okay, so I'm actually speaking a little bit more literally in the sense that I don't want anyone, but I do.
No, I totally understand what you're saying. I totally understand.
So like it's kind of I've got issues now, and it's not like, I mean, I think that's whenever you have a traumatic breakup, it wasn't a good breakup.
Right.
I was like, I got, I don't want to get into it, but
right. No,
I don't really know how to trust someone in a way that I'm a very independent person. And in that relationship, I lost my independence completely. And then the fallout of that was that when it ended, I had nothing. I had friends and stuff. I had built my own like social scene and stuff, but I had no sense of self. Every time we moved, it was for his career, which was dumb. I didn't mind moving, but it was kind of like what it ended up becoming is also what ended up ruining the relationship of
right.
Every time we moved, I was increasingly more dependent on him because I had to start over every single time. And then all of a sudden that became an issue, but I literally had no control over it because the whole reason was because of their career. So, it was kind of frustrating in that sense, but I also realized I don't want that again. And I like having control over my own life, and I don't want to lose that again. So I want a relationship where I can maintain a sense of independence and not lose that. But also the other way is the only way I know. So I almost expect, I
totally get it. Yeah.
I think like my subconscious expects it to happen. And so when anything starts getting sort of serious, I freak out because I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to have control over my life anymore, which is not true, but
right.
I just got to work through that. So it's just kind of learning. First, just being single in general is, one thing, but navigating dating, because I never really dated, and the online version of that too, which is awful because I don't even like to text people or call people. So that's the other problem. I don't know. I guess I don't really know how to go about dating when I'm more of a person that likes to talk when I see them, and especially in quarantine, that's a little hard. Right. And
your love language is like probably physical touch, I'm assuming, is basically whatever the kids say. I don't know how half this shit works. I'm an old man.
I don't know what my love language. No, I wouldn't even say it's that. I guess like storytelling is my love language. Is I love hearing about people. I love hearing about their life. So I don't like getting things bought for me. I was in this weird relationship. I shouldn't say that. But anyway, we had very different languages where they kept buying me stuff and I hated it. I hated it because not saying it's wrong for anyone to have that as their love language, but for me, it just felt so transactional and
Almost like you're being like bought and paid for in a weird way.
in a weird way, yeah. But also then they start feeling entitled to what you have.
No, that's
Like
not
I would
good. That's
wake
not
up
good.
in the middle of the night and they'd be like eating my food. And
That's really not cool.
it's just
Coming from
weird.
a portly fella, you never eat somebody's food.
Well, also it was something I told them not to eat because I needed it or I forget what it was. And I'm not financially like incredible right now, but so like $5 here is a lot to me. And it was just weird. But also I shouldn't have entered that relationship anyway, because it was just not, it was a mismatch. But anyway, I don't know. But Tinder's been great for music collabs, I guess.
So you've met people on Tinder that you ended up just collaborating with on music, or?
Yeah, which is fine. Because at the same time, I don't even know what I want. So it's like, I don't know, just genuine human connection is fun.
You got to figure out you before you're worried about bringing someone else in, essentially.
I mean, and I think in the end, I'm not going to find anyone until I actually want someone. It's probably my own self-sabotage because I do that.
Don't we all?
I cut people off. I stop talking to them. I guess I'm a ghoster, and that's terrible, and I shouldn't be. Now that I think about it, I'm a terrible person.
Well, to be completely fair, I would expect someone that looks like you to ghost someone, say, that looks like me, because I usually, like, whenever I'll like text somebody that is way more attractive than me, they will be like, oh yeah, and we'll talk for 5 minutes, and then it's just like,
oh no, I get that too. I've been ghosted. I'll talk to people and then they just unmatch me mid conversation.
What? One guy is ridiculous.
Online dating.
It's horrible.
Like one guy, I was like, hey, I just want to get tested for COVID just in case before, we meet up or something. Cause I saw some people and then he unmatched me. And then there's and then there's
stop being responsible.
I was totally interested in someone, but I also don't want to pursue people if I don't know they want something too. So then I won't actually put any effort in if they've shown like no sign of reciprocation, I guess. And then that's when I ghost. Like I just kind of phase it out.
You want somebody who's willing to pursue you, but not to the point where like Tommy Lee Jones is hunting down Harrison Ford in.
I'll just date Tommy Lee Jones. There you go.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. I'll and you can be standing in the giant tube
where Harrison Ford
was. Yeah,
I'll take either. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so you're into older, rugged-looking guys. Okay,
I'm into Gary Oldman. That's like,
which one though? Because there's like 800 million Gary Oldman.
Well, not the
Hannibal guy.
Well, not the who did he play recently? It wasn't recent.
Winston Churchill?
Yeah, not that version.
No.
More like Harry Potter or Sid Vicious or who else did he play? I don't know, when he was in Batman and stuff.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Commissioner Gordon, I would say like that's. And then when he was Sid Vicious, I really liked that. That was a good movie.
There you go, Sid and Nancy. That was a good movie. It was a good movie. So now, have you how have you used, if at all, music to kind of work through this stuff? Not just relationship, but like your own internal kind of demons that are yelling at you.
You have those.
No, none of us do. We're all perfect.
So the way I go about writing, which is also why I don't write a ton, is I am that person that kind of waits for the muse, if that makes sense.
100%.
And what the muse is me trying to figure out how I feel about either someone or something.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, like Falling, I wrote when I was kind of like starting to see someone, and then I was realizing how terrified I was to actually like someone, because then because I know that opens you up to disappointment and hurt and it sucks. But you can't help it. Sometimes you fall, it's inevitable. You're going to fall for someone, unless, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Anyway,
anybody listening, no, you just know. You just know.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, and then, some people don't fall in love, but like, it's just, whatever is natural for you in particular. And I fall hard. Um,
Do you fall easy? Do you think that's a problem too?
I
Like,
don't
are you
fall
quick to
easy.
fall?
I'm quick to fall if I like them.
Right, right.
Like, I'm not someone that I fall often. I don't like that many. That's another one of my issues is I don't like that many people in that way.
I just hate people, but I fall for them really easily.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like when I do find someone I like, I fall very quickly. But at the same time, I don't want to, I'm so like stubbornly independent that I kind of put a stop to it anyway, because that freaks me out. Like I said, losing that. Anyway, I'm going on a rant again. And then so for heading out soon, that was that other side of it, of me realizing, can I curse?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, holy shit. I am terrified of this person. And it was actually, I told them, I was like, this doesn't really have to do with you. The song, I wouldn't even consider it about them. It was more just
About the situation.
about any situation now or in the future, of how scared I am of people that I like, because I don't want a repeat of a past relationship. And so right now in my mind, everybody's gonna suck eventually, which I know is not true, but that's what I'm working through, is like, I just don't trust people yet. And I don't know when I will. It'll be nice when it happens, and particularly in this situation, I knew that it wasn't reciprocated anyway. So it was kind of like safe in that sense, that, they didn't want it to turn into anything. So then I didn't have to worry about that, but also it was still hurt. It still hurt.
No, I hear you. So would you say that like the lyrics come before the music for you?
No.
No.
Always music first for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, do you have like a tune in your head that you just kind of like have to get out, or does you like just sit there with the guitar and you're like, okay, I have to do something, and it kind of comes out?
Not to be cliche, but like it just kind of happens. Like the melody is just there. And then the lyrics, I ramble till something fits. I don't focus on rhyming. If I do, it happens because it just sounds better that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm everything's by ear for me anyway, so it tends to do that naturally. So I'm actually like, I would say I'm a better lyricist than I am coming up with melodies, because I'm rather repetitive in my strumming pattern. I got a lot of work to do on my guitar playing, and piano and all that.
But at the end of the day, it's all about the story that you're telling through song. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, stories can be with purely melodic,
right.
It doesn't need words, but I always find that songwriting is a way to kind of tap into your unconscious thoughts, like stuff that's there that you're not really aware of, whether it's, traumas or underlying feelings that you haven't come to terms with. I think through music, you find those out, because that's what happens to me. And that's what's so therapeutic to me, is that I find out how I feel about things. Sometimes I don't know until I write a song about it. And that's the kind of thing. It's like, when I was writing these songs, like I didn't realize how much I was hurt by my ex, and then hurt by situations that were happening in the last few years. So, but I forget what I was saying. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Fine.
So yeah. So when I collaborate, though, I prefer being the lyricist in the situation, because while I can come up with melodies, I wouldn't say that's my strong suit. I would say I'm much better at maybe fine tuning things later, but like I can find melodies with the voice. I can do that, but as far as like background stuff, it's not my forte.
Yeah, see, when I was in bands back in the day, back when emo was actually emo. Yes, I'm that old man who's like, I'm Sunny Day Real Estate is, but anyway, that's besides the point. I would always have to have somebody help me with melodies, because like I would only be able to write lyrics, and I would have like, I still have notebooks full of stuff that I've written lyrically that I just try to have to make fit, and it just never worked or whatever. So, but
yeah, but it's always good to write things down. I mean, and I have a lot of lyrics that probably will never see the light of day, but it's kind of the same thing as journaling. It's just getting things out.
I'm gonna put out that poetry book.
Yeah. I do actually really want to write a book, but not a poetry book. Just like I've always been a fan of like Rumblefish and like The Outsiders.
Right.
It's just probably
well, now's the perfect time.
random.
I mean, we're still in the middle of a lockdown. I mean, not a lockdown, but despite
Well,
what
I'm in
people
school
say,
now.
yeah, well, hey, that's perfect. Like, yeah, I don't want to do my homework. I'm going to write Rumblefish 2, even rumblier.
Ready to Rumblefish.
Yes, ready. Starring David Arquette.
Right, exactly. But I do actually really want to. I love writing, and that's the thing. Is like I think that's why also I love the lyrics side of things. Is because I really 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 like to write. So like I'm in English class now, and I'd be sad if I wasn't taking it because I really like writing papers. Like that's
it's got to come
favorite
super
part.
easy for you too.
Yes and no. While I would consider myself a good writer, I have such bad grammar.
Well, that's what Grammarly's for.
Well, yeah, I mean that I've definitely used that, and
you're not listening to this, Professor. Whoever you are, if you're listening.
Well, that's the funny part. I'm like older than my professor.
Oh, geez.
Like
oh boy.
3 months older than him. That's another weird thing, and it only freaks me out. Like I'm not all about age, but like it freaks me out because the dynamic's weird for me because it's like you're like
you're being
my
told
friends.
how to do stuff by someone younger than you.
It's more just like when you're in high school or in middle school and all that stuff, you aren't your teacher's friends, and that's how it's supposed to be. I'm not saying that I want to be his friend or I am his friend. It's just weird because it would be easy to be his friend because he's just like my friends.
Right.
So
no, totally
it's just, but it's like there's that, but you're my teacher. So it's like, this is student, I don't know. And that's just, I don't know. It's just weird. But
I totally
he's a good teacher. And I am so excited to be in English class. I just really, really like to write. But yeah, my grammar's terrible. And that's why it's kind of good that I'm in English class. Because I should never be an editor ever.
What's your major?
Career. It's veterinary nursing. So I'm going to be a certified vet technician.
Nice. Because I know you do have a love of animals.
I do. And I've realized and have come to terms with that I have that dual passion of music and animals. And I think I was so afraid to pursue an animal career because I was afraid that I wasn't being true to myself to be a musician. But then I realized, I love both.
Right. I know so on your Instagram. On your Instagram just the other day, you had the 2 dogs running around. What was going on there?
Yeah, that was just at work. I work at a dog daycare on Fridays, and they were just playing, and I thought it was cute. And it was funny because they look totally different. And this is my dog right here.
Hello, doggy.
And this is Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
I just got her
she can't hear anything.
August. She doesn't have that great hearing anyway. She's 10. But yeah, I just rescued her. I guess rescued her in August because my other dog unfortunately passed away.
I'm sorry.
In June. Thank you. But yeah, I always see myself having. Sorry,
she's
making
enjoying
sure she's not
toy.
Taking cats. Yeah, my cat has a toy piglet, and I didn't want her to play with the piglet because that's not hers. But she can play with the squirrel.
And if you don't follow on Instagram, you should follow Beth Stern, Howard's wife, because she's always posting cat pictures because she's like basically like has like 30 cats in her house at any time, and she's always rescuing them. And right now, one of the most fascinating things, and by the time people hear this, it will probably have happened, but one of the most fascinating things, and I'm not even a cat lover, I'm a dog guy, is one of the cats is waiting to give birth, and she's like chronicling it. And she is like videoing it. And at one point you can see the kittens kicking through the stomach of the mother cat. And like, it's like ready to go because there's a little nodule sticking out. Like she's just ready to burst at any time. And she's found her spot. And it's just like, it's been taken like days and days and days. And it's just really, I can send you the link to her Instagram. It's crazy.
Yeah, please do. I love a good, that's all I follow is like animal stuff. Some weird fashion stuff, like people dressed funny in New York or something, and then food.
I do love food.
Lucy, not right now.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. She's fine. But I know because I lost my dog back in 2013, and it's still hard. Like I wish he was here.
I'm actually gonna get lady tattooed on me in a few months.
Oh, nice. I actually got this big one here tattooed. You probably can't see it. This big, huge one. It's about that big on my arm. For Boomer.
I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna be getting that.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see that. Yeah, you've seen the movie Blow, right? With Johnny Depp and Ray Liotta, and where he's the cocaine dealer.
It sounds like something Johnny Depp would be in.
Yeah, it really does.
No, I've not actually.
But there's a thing that they would say to each other, like a cheers, and I said it to him just before they took him back to put him to sleep, and so I got that tattooed on my arm, and it was he was a little Australian silky terrier. If you called him a Yorkie, he would get pissed and he would growl at you. And if he really didn't like you, he would put his face in the corner of the couch and show you his ass. Like, here, this is what I think of you. He was very opinionated for a little dog, but when we rescued him from my grandpa, because my grandpa got dementia, he like clung to me everywhere I went. If I left the house, he would put his face out the through the curtains in the window, waiting for me to come back. And it was
they feel a lot like your soulmates, and I think that's why they're so hard to lose.
Yeah, 100%.
There's nothing like it.
No, there really isn't. There really isn't. So what do you have coming up release wise? You got some new stuff coming up, or are you just kind of like focusing on school right now? Or
I'm focused on school, and I'm also a little bit broke.
I totally get that.
Like right now, for some reason, I don't have healthcare. I don't know what's going on with that. So my medicines are really expensive. So stream my music.
Yes, we'll get to that in a second. You got a Bandcamp, right?
I do.
Yeah, see, we'll get to all that.
I was actually talking to my friend John Fay, and let me make sure I get his name right.
Also, I'm very jealous you're able to sit in a chair like that. I'm
unable. People hate me on planes because I look so comfy. I don't know how to say his last name, but this man named Steven that I met, he owns a recording studio, and I mean, obviously it's a paid thing, so I paid for the time still, but right. I really want to collaborate with them. And John and I've known John Fay since I was 19, and it's just been a huge mentor for me, and he's here in Philly, and we've just stayed in touch through the years, but we really want to like collab together. So I thought it'd be really cool to like release something with him. So there's songs, like I said, that are kind of caught, like I wrote with someone, but I don't know what's going to happen with those, but I'm kind of sad because I like those. And that's the weird part of collaboration is it's kind of like a 50-50 thing. So you both have to be like, let's do it.
Right.
But I don't know, but I've released a lot of cool stuff. I've done stuff with Aaron Ruiz, who's in Wisconsin. We did You're
always welcome back here, by the way.
Thank you.
We're just as cold.
I definitely plan on visiting again. It's just been COVID, unfortunately.
If you visit, you let me know and I'll get you in at McCullough's.
Oh, I would love that. But yeah, so Aaron and I have done a few things. There's a guy, Philippe Galome, I think that's how you say his name. He is in Montreal, but we co-wrote a song called Snowland, and he also just released his own album that's really good. But I've really, really enjoyed collaborating just because it's kind of taken me out of my genre.
Right.
Like Aaron Ruiz got me into more of like a punk mixed with R&B kind of sound, and then the Snowland song is kind of more like ZZ Top, 80s stuff.
Well, there you go. There's that.
Yeah, but I've also realized like I really love to sing, and that's like where my passion is. I like guitar is definitely more of like a tool to me. I have passion with it, but really because it allows me to sing. And I love to sing blues songs. So I'd love to do a blues album or something. And what I listen to mostly is more towards the rock end of things. Like
Right.
I love a lot of Jack White stuff, and various other people. But like Heading Out Soon, like if you listen to Falling and Heading Out Soon, although they came out rather closely, they were written maybe 3 years apart. I would say Falling is more my old sound, and Heading Out Soon is the style that I actually tend to listen to more, where it's on the lower end of my range, a little bit more towards the rock side of the folk rock, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really fun. And I just want to sing loud and I don't know. I just want to sing with more passion, and folk, you can be passionate, but like, it's just not the same. I really like, I would love to play Snowland live because I want to belt and wail and do all that kind of stuff with my vocals, because I feel like I've been getting better and it excites me, but I haven't been able to do anything with it except sing occasional karaoke.
Soon, I'm sure soon.
So I've been very, very like cabin feverish right now, just because like I don't, that's why I've been posting like old performance videos and stuff, because I just like, I'm so conflicted because I just don't feel like it's safe to play right now, and I miss it so much.
Have you thought about doing like a virtual concert and like having
I'm
people?
just not very good at it.
Well, you need somebody who knows how to work this stuff to help arrange it.
Well, that, and I don't have a ton of like stage presence anyway. So like when you have me in front of just like a camera alone, like, and I can't see who I'm singing to, it's just kind of, I can't really keep everyone engaged. Like I think I'd be better at it is if I was in the room with someone else and they were like here with me, we were both performing or something like that. So
Right.
I'll probably do more something like that, or just post a video.
That works too. But
like, this is fine too, because I'm talking to you and I can see you, so it's more of a realistic situation, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, but also I love being like, I'm the kind of person, I love attention on stage.
But in real life, you don't.
I love adrenaline on stage. No, like when I'm off stage, I don't want to talk. People are hard to do, but on stage, like I'm in my element and I love it, and I miss that. I'm an adrenaline junkie in that way, that I miss that. So I need that I don't know, rush again. So we'll see what happens, but I am so like, I mean, you can just probably tell by my body language, I miss it so much, and I want to play and I want to perform.
100%.
We have a venue that opened again named Dobbs here, and it was kind of like my go-to back in 2011, and they closed down for years, and now they're back and I can't go.
That sucks.
Sucks. We'll see. And that's actually sort of where John and I would hang out, because he used to host the open mic there. But I actually had my 21st birthday there, because I had a show that day, and then I got too drunk to play.
Yeah, well, I remember my 22nd birthday. The bar was dead, so they closed it, and I ended up praying to the porcelain god at the end of the evening. Yeah, that's how that works. And I feel bad for the people at the truck stop who had to clean up after me, but that's a whole other story. Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, when it's the second time you're doing it, you just like don't want to get on your hands and knees. So I went into the handicap stall. Yeah, and I just put my arms out like this, and I just held myself up and hoped that it hit the toilet. Yeah. So we went from deep stuff to me talking about vomiting. That's the range you get here. But I will go ahead and tell everybody your links while you grab your guitar, because you're going to grace us with some music here. You can check her out all over the place.
I'm going to mute it while I just make sure I'm tuned.
No problem. She's over on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio. You can check her out at. You still have AnnaliseCurtin.com? Is it still a thing? Is it still alive? She's not listening. But check out Annalise Curtin, and that's CURTIN at AnnaliseCurtin.bandcamp.com. and buy her music. Don't be a schlub. Buy her stuff. So you still have AnnaliseCurtin.com? Is that still a thing?
Yep.
Okay, so you can check everything out there too. But she's all over. It's Annalise Curtin with no A. Don't be like me, like a
Curtin with
fucking
no A.
yes,
Yeah.
Curtin with no A. Annalise has an A in it. It actually has, an A right at the beginning there. So okay, you're gonna be doing Heading Out soon, and like, what was? I know this is based on some bad stuff that happened, but this
isn't based totally on bad stuff, but sorry, continue your question.
No, I was just gonna say, like, is it like when this came to you, did it just kind of like rush out or was like, what was the process with this one?
This was my quarantine song. This absolutely just kind of came to me because I was getting increasingly frustrated with totally myself. And that's the thing about this song. It's not really pointed at anyone. It's literally just saying, like, I need to get over my stuff because this is dumb. But I'm glad I wrote this song, and I actually really, really love this song because it's saying stuff that I really wanted to say for so long. And also, I feel like it represents me as an artist right now, which was the kind of the first time I released something right after I wrote it. Well, at least within the same year.
Right.
Because all my other stuff I written, 3 to 10 years ago, and it's just not the same. So, I feel most represented with this song. And like I said, stylistically, it's where I want to go. But also, I don't know, it helped me come to terms with, things that had happened.
Right. No, I totally get it. Well, I'm going to let you get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Annalise Curtin without an A in the curtain. This is Heading Out soon.
I don't want anyone within a mile, but I don't want to be alone. Here we are, all separated, and I'm on my own, feeling safe and independence, but afraid to be alone. You get too close. I've done that all before. First love has left me half of who I was when I was whole. So sing a song for me. I can hear on my way home. Not ready to let you in, doesn't matter, 'cause you'll be heading out soon. You'll be heading out soon. When it's too good to be true, that's when I know I should leave. You call me back to you, I guess I'll stay till you are through, till you are through. You get too close. I've done that all before. First love has left me half me when I commute on my way home. And I'm ready to let you in, doesn't matter, 'cause you'll be heading out soon. You'll be heading out soon. And I'll be on my own, feeling safe and independence, but afraid to be alone. So afraid to be alone.
That was fantastic. Thank you very much. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. Now, when you were growing up, were you musically inclined, or did you have like, were your parents very like, hey, here's a guitar, play this, or here's a piano, play this?
So, yes, because of my parents. Like my dad's a singer-songwriter as well. He doesn't really like to play for people because he's shy, but he's very good. And my mom actually started my brothers and I at the ages of 2, 3, and 4 on violin. And she would wake us up 2 hours before school to practice.
Oh, geez.
And so I did that. And then, so I'd say introductory wise, violin. And then I was always in like church choirs and school choirs and then musicals and stuff. I played piano for a while. And then I also, when I turned 16, I actually got this guitar. So
that one. Okay. So that's been with you for a while.
Yeah, this is Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Other one is Jerry and Dimitri.
Okay, that's an odd. That's like it's very like Jack and Jerry, and this is Dimitri. He's a Russian foreign exchange student.
I just like the name, but yeah, and then my ukulele is Tom, so I have Tom and Jerry. But anyway.
There we go.
Kind of I liked that show, but yeah, so then I started writing songs. I wrote a piano song first, maybe when I was like 9, and then in high school I started writing, and that's actually so my album, which was from 2013, the first song I ever wrote on guitar is on there, which is Speak.
Okay.
And I wrote that when I was 16.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, let's get you into another song here real quick, because I'd love to hear it. Now you're gonna be doing Storm Chaser.
Yeah.
What's behind this one? Where are you a big fan of the movie Twister, or?
I do like weather stuff, but it's more metaphorical. It's actually about writer's block, which is kind of what I'm going through.
I 100% know what that's about right now.
I actually wrote this while I was in Milwaukee.
Oh, hey, there you go. Go Wisconsin.
Yeah, so I wrote this around that time. And, well, actually, I was living in Milwaukee, but I was in Philly at the time. But still. And it's just one of the songs that I hope to release at some point. But it's just kind of like when you're seeking things to write about in an unhealthy way.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to write about things when they're going bad or they're sad. So you kind of seek those situations out so that you have a song.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, here's Storm Chaser, Annalise Curtin. I'm going to let you get to it.
I don't follow the stars. I follow the clouds instead. Because in the midst of trouble, it all comes rushing in. Oh, it all comes rushing in. May look like a strong statue. My body solid stone, but inside I'm like a child, running to see the storm. Oh, I'm running to see the storm. Don't lose yourself. No, baby, don't lose yourself in the midst of trouble. Sometimes I feel my sanity slipping. It's bursting at the seams. Then I realize I'm the happiest that I have ever been. Oh, that I have ever been. Don't lose yourself. No, baby, don't lose yourself. No, baby, don't lose yourself. No, baby, don't lose yourself. Oh, I said to myself, in the midst of trouble.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. That was
Thank
great.
you.
I like how Lucy just kind of sits there listening.
Yeah.
She's over on there she is. She's like
Oh,
walking
it's
around.
right there.
Yeah, she's walking around looking for a place to just relax, and then she's like, "I'll just sit by the guitar. Why not?"
Yeah, unfortunately, my pets have to get real used to my vocals.
No, that's well. I mean, everybody needs to listen, and you can listen over. You check out Annalise Curtin without an A. .com and annalisecurtin.bandcamp.com, and she's on all the music streaming sites: iHeartRadio, Pandora, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music. I feel like I'm missing something. But just go to annalisecurtin.com. If you're listening to this, you can see how her name is spelled. It's not difficult. I mean, apparently it's difficult for me, even though I've known her for years, but it's very difficult for me. But when you start getting more stuff coming up, we're gonna have to have you back. This was fantastic.
I would love that. I really would.